What's going on, Salama?
Uh, not much. Not much. Keeping busy.
What?
How are you?
Uh, I'm about to fall asleep on your ass. No, I am Art, the architect. I usually don't introduce myself first, but you gotta go ahead and introduce yourself to these good people.
Yes, I am Salama with Sala Vegan.
And this is what is this podcast called? Because it is.
This is Kiss. Keep it seed simple.
I'm digging it. So this purge was pretty ridiculous after the second time around. No, I'm glad I did it though. Seriously, it was a it I think it helped me transition into 2021 with an open mind frame and more so that overflow is still going on for me. So that really helped. So that like I said, that 21-day juice fast, then that purge, and then we added another week to it. You know,
Yeah.
that really was worth my while. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I listened to you. I'm like, do I really want to do this?
Yeah, I agree. It was good. It definitely I benefited, of course, with the food and everything, but more so the mental space
Hmm.
is where I saw the most benefits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I saw that too for myself because it seemed like I got more books that I gotta read and like that degrees for to get. I'm like, I don't think I can do school.
yeah.
But I wound up tapping in the clubhouse and it's that's been a good space too. I don't have to go into all the rooms, just like I don't have to go on Facebook, I don't have to go on Instagram and go look for everybody, but like I get from it what I need to when I did a podcast called The Love of Shoes, or the episode was called The Love of Shoes, and it was cool that I got a chance to bring up the sustainability.
Sustainability management.
Yeah, that's what you good. You just you great. Sustainability management.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk about that, and it was great to hear that some shoe companies are starting to take an approach to figure out ways to have the shoes be sustainable material that they're using. And I
Mm-hmm.
was kind of surprised to see that. But from we talked about the purge, and we actually left the people with talking about planning, and I know that's what we're picking up today. And the question that we starting off with is, what do you need to plant to grow within your lifestyle? And you know, I always think about lifestyle when we say a lot of people say diet. Well, I'm finna change my diet up, and I'm like, I mean, you still gonna be really doing the same thing. So why not change? Why not change the lifestyle? But like, what do you feel when we say what we need to plant to grow within? Like, what
Um,
are you feeling?
yeah, so I mean, just think about physically planting a seed in the ground. What is it that you need to plant within your life? What do you need to see harvest later? Um, so, I mean, it could be something principle based. It could be, I need more order. I need more structure.
Yeah,
Um, what is it? What does that look like for you? Like, how does that translate into your everyday regimen?
yeah,
What can you do tomorrow that you didn't do yesterday to establish more order, to establish more structure?
yeah.
So, yeah,
I
that
feel
yeah. And you mentioned purge. We use purge to cleanse and prepare,
yeah,
and so now it's like, okay, let's take the action to another level. Like, what are you gonna do
hmm,
to actually make it happen and get the fruit that you want?
yeah. And it, like piggybacking off of what you're saying is making me think about like what am I planning and think about what do I want to work on. And when we say it, it's like it's gonna come in overload. So my thing is like organization, like that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing, but also I'm not gonna say I was struggling with marketing, but like so much come natural for me to where it's like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand what marketing is, and that's making me think about what I'm looking to plant and how what I want to plant. So taking the time out to listen to the homegirl, Audrey Richmond, from like listening to her on Clubhouse, actually purchasing her book,
Yeah.
and listening to how marketing can help transform not only the the barbershop aspect for me in the podcast, but like helping with like keep it simple and transforming from a marketing and advertising standpoint.
Yeah.
Even with you on the, with the food too. Like I think that's gonna help. I think that's gonna help because I kind of got some ideas on how we can help and push that and grow
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think on a food level, like we talk about all of this as far as like our businesses, our everyday lives, as far as like our structure, marketing, all that stuff. But I think that we also need to always, um, like we talked about before, like go back to what are you consuming every day? Because no matter what you put on your to do list, whatever you put on your to do list is going to require a certain level of fuel to
Mm.
execute it. So, you have all these goals, but what are you consuming to allow yourself to have the energy, to have the focus, to have the health, you know, to execute those things. So that's why I'm always circling it back to food
Yeah.
because we can't detach one from another. Um,
No, it's all connected.
right.
From what I see, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when you connect the consumer, it's like it's for me it's maintaining that consumption versus the producing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm big on if I'm consuming something, I want to consume something that's gonna make me a great producer. So now it's like
Mm-hmm.
those
Yeah.
those those things connect. And you know what I'm saying, I really feel like if I'm consuming this book on marketing, if I'm consuming a book on sales, I understand sales, but now it's challenging me to look at things different. It's challenging me to say, all right, how can I improve the marketing on keep it C simple? Because maybe I'm not doing everything that I can do. Maybe I'm not investing not just the time, but actually the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like I think about the connection when you said food and plant and um it made me think about like let's just say we got a garden together and you say, okay, like we're gonna plant these watermelon seeds and we're gonna plant them, but if you plant them and you take time, I take time to work and plant the seed, you plant the seeds, but then I'm like, I just leave you to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can't expect to get anything from that if I just let you do everything, you know what I'm saying, by yourself and get that. So it just made me think about the connectivity of the things. Like, all right, you got to give it water, you got to give it sunlight,
Mm-hmm.
you got to give it space in order to grow wild, because them vines gonna grow wild in your rows to where it'll take over other crops, and then that might kill them other crops if you don't give it enough space. So then that does go back into the consumption aspect to be able to produce too, because again, if I didn't put in that work last year to understand, okay, these vines they're gonna grow crazy. If I don't
Mm-hmm.
give it enough space, then we got the eggplant growing right by right by the watermelon. It might kill that crop. Or if we got the green beans, it might kill that crop or the cucumbers. So it's
Yeah.
I have this space.
Now you hit on a lot just now, and one of the main things that I really like about that is just not. I think that we get into these New Year resolutions, we get into all this stuff like a new beginning, as if yesterday didn't happen, right? Um, but what you just said connected the two,
Mm-hmm.
meaning like yeah, you create new habits, you create new new let's call it new lifestyles, but we have to take into consideration what we did yesterday, what we did last year,
Mm-hmm.
and reflect on what we learned from it. And I think we both have talked about our results from the purge phase and the stuff that has come to mind.
Yeah.
Like this is the opportunity to allow all those little nuggets that we found through the purge phase to allow it to help us to plant, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and also another point you touched on with the books, the things you're reading.
Yeah.
I During the plant phase, in order to reap the crop that we want, we need to make sure that we're using all the tools that we need. Like reach out and get the resources that we need.
Mm-hmm.
You and I, we share content that can help people, implement a better lifestyle. But there's books out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just use the resources. Use the resources.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
I agree because it's like um when you say resources, that's also like you said the books, but it's also um like I said that book on sales. It's like I think it's 25 sales habits of highly successful people.
Hi everyone, this is Sala with Sala Vegan. In this video, I am preparing a raw kale salad, which is one of our signature salads. And it's just raw kale, red onions, chopped up some green onions in there as well, red bell peppers, jalapenos for spice. I always gotta add some peppers in there, and our Sala Vegan salad sauce, which has a lot of flavor. If you're interested in ordering meal prep with us, just send me a DM on Instagram and we can set that up for you. Peace and love.
And one of the points I always refer back to chapter 19 where the um the guy was saying like listen to a podcast every morning on your journey to work versus cutting on the radio because the dude that he was referring or giving an example to,
Mm-hmm.
he was like he been doing it so long he didn't even know if his radio worked. And I think I had that problem one day, like, damn, like was this my radio? Because I get in the car and I'm listening to the podcast and I'm consuming like
Yeah.
the Robert Kiyosaki. It may be one of the homies podcasts. It just may be some type of information that's gonna have me thinking. Like even
Yeah.
my homegirl Audrey, and it's like either I store it in my mind or I jot it down when I get to work, and it'll have me thinking about like, okay, when I do my podcast or when I do have some content, let's just say for the barbershop, I want to run a campaign that's gonna last for 18 days. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
using Gary Vee as an example. If I let's just say I take $18 and I invest into this ad,
Mm-hmm.
it's a certain amount of people that's gonna see this in the next 18 days. And if I'm investing, at least I'm investing something to see what I can get out. Meaning like I planted the seed by doing a video, but I'm coming back with the water by putting the money in, which is the currency.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like that's gonna push it to a certain group and group of people.
Yeah.
If I'm directing it to that, there might not be a harvest right now. It might be I might have to do it again 2 weeks from now with that same video and that same concept. Just the consistency is what I'm looking at too. Like
Yeah.
like how consistent can I be? And that's something that I noticed that I've been consistent on whether it's posting the Keep It Seed Simple or the Kiss, or whether it's the More Than Haircut podcast, every Friday I work towards posting. So it's like the consistency is key within the plan too. Cause you don't know if you got all these watermelon seeds, or the example when I say, and I refer back to the sunflower seed. I had a bag full of sunflower seeds. I think I wound up just planting like 16 of them, and only 11 of them made it. And out of that 11, like I think one of them was like one of them died off. So it was
Hmm.
still like it still let me know, like, even though we planting this stuff, everything is not gonna grow, because
Yeah,
everything don't grow at the same time. So
yeah. Cast a wide net. Cast a wide net.
better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love the parallels between, the farming analogies and everything because I mean, it's perfect. It's
Mhm.
perfect. So it's time to plant. It's time
Yeah.
to learn from what we gathered when we purged, whether you call it fasting, whatever.
Hmm.
But it's just it's time to implement and start the process of growth.
Yeah. I think the only other thing, and it's not just the other thing, but like the nurturing aspect, the fitness,
Hmm.
the fitness, because the food is another thing. Like you said, so with the fitness, I think for me, I know I got away from the fitness. Like I was working on my 12 pack. I was working on my 12 pack. I had got it down to 11, now it's 13. So
Oh,
yeah, I had to get only because I ain't been working out enough. So, but I,
yeah,
I want to make sure I get back on my push ups and my sit ups. But yeah, I really gotta push the workout because I feel like it'll help the mental aspect of like it being cold, and we in the winter, so this is the dead season. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
I think this will help along with the plan, because I want to say like the middle or the end of February is really when we start figuring out when we can plant to reap the harvest in the next 60 to 90 days. So I think that's a great
yeah,
start. But so are you and just to add to it, I think another thing that was dope too was the when we did those videos. I think a lot
yeah,
a lot of people chimed in and they liked it too. I think it helped.
yeah. I think so too. Yeah, people, they had an opportunity to ask some really good questions. We talked about, a lot of food questions.
Yo, this is Arithearchitect with More Than a Haircut podcast. Tune in every Friday for new content. Definitely on Anchor as well as YouTube and on IG. Hit your boy up. It's More Than a Haircut.
Um, but people are, I mean, we're all looking for ways to optimize our lifestyles. So I think that was really engaging. It gave everybody an opportunity to tap in together. Yeah.
Yeah, I like I like what's going on, and it's almost like a religion for me to do this now. I'm like I look forward to it because if this is a key component, just like you said, food. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a foodie anyway, but now it's like making foods that are healthy for me. Like tonight, I'm about to make some zucchini and some squash. You know what I'm saying? And some rice. So I'm just like, I gotta keep those different food, the different foods going and doing
Yeah.
different things like getting into the mushrooms and figuring out um what's that one your pops make? Uh,
With
ah,
the portobello
oh
burger.
my God.
It's so good. And then he makes the papaya sauce.
Yeah,
That stuff is so amazing.
now I'm about to have a
And it's all raw.
14 pack now. Fooling with that man.
No, I mean,
That
yeah,
burger is delicious.
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, he'll have to share with everyone how they can get a hold of some of those, 'cause those are good. Um, but yeah, I mean, shoot, time to plant. And we talk about food. You know, what do you want to implement to your meal prep, your menu for the week? Like,
Mhm.
and I think it has a lot to do with organization. Like, project your week out, figure out what you want to consume,
Yeah, I'm gonna
what
need.
you're staying away from.
Yeah, I'm gonna need your help on that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
I mean, one of the reasons why I offer meal prep is because I personally see the benefits of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh
not
shit,
having to think about it. You don't have to think about it. It's already
it's
there.
already there. I'll be in the.
I
I'll be in
have to,
the
I
refrigerator.
have to do it for myself. So,
Well, I'm talking about the food and the organ. Well, that I guess that is the organization too, because it's like, well, you already know what you got to eat for the week. But
yeah,
I think they help me organize. You know what I'm saying? Stay organized.
yeah,
I was big on some organized chaos. Like, yeah, I got it. But that can't. I can't. That's running into a wall for me. I can't chase my tail.
yeah. It'll drain you. You'll feel drained. You'll feel. I mean, on the other side of that, like when I am more organized, I got everything planned, got my meals prepped, everything. Like, you realize how much you can benefit from those pockets of time that you didn't have before. Like, even if it's just 15 minutes,
Yeah.
you know. So
I, I I know what I know what I'm gonna do too. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get me a calendar too, because I feel like when I can see it, when I can see the actual
mhm.
calendar, I'm like, all right, I got this on this day, this on this day. Because sometimes like the phone will help. You know what I'm saying? Like using the app that'll help organize and schedule things. But like
Mhm.
I feel like if I can see it, I can mark it off. Be like they got done, and I
Yeah,
know that's something that'll work for me. So yeah.
yeah, definitely beneficial.
Yeah. So what if anybody wanted to get, you know what I'm saying, like the food prep in the Atlanta area, like what or how should they contact you or what should they do? Should they hit you up in a DM? Should they what's
Just send me a DM on Instagram at Sala Vegan, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, just shoot me a message. I send out menus every Monday, but if there's something special that you need to request, like, I'm flexible. I can figure it
Hey,
out.
hey, listen, stop, because I done requested some chili and I didn't get it yet. And I also want some spinach dip. Now,
Oh yeah, the spinach
whenever
artichoke
you figure
dip.
that, oh nah, no artichoke, no artichoke yet. You can do it if you want to. I eat it. I'm gonna eat it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, let them know. I know I cut you off though.
No, you good. I mean, just Instagram, really. I
Okay.
mean, Facebook is cool too, but I'm heavily on Instagram.
Okay.
Shoot me a DM,
Yeah,
and we'll make it happen.
I got you. And I think the only other thing I would like to suggest or just let people know if and in fact you're following us, just make sure you go on Anchor.fm or like the Apple Podcast and as well as YouTube. Just make sure to subscribe to Solid Vegan, yo, and More Than a Haircut podcast. So that way, they can be up to date. They can be notified on when the next podcast is coming up.
Right.
Yeah. Other than that, I
Yep.
know the next the next podcast, I hope they're ready to maintain. How about that?
Yes. Get ready. Get prepared. Go ahead and plant them seeds.
Yeah. Hey, I think it was another great one. Looking forward to this one dropping. And we got it. We're gonna get that guy Balewa on here. Even if we got we're gonna buy him a satellite.
Right. Yeah, because
I'll
everybody missing out on his wisdom. Gotta get him on here.
figure it out. We gotta.
Yep.
I got ideas. I got ideas.
Oh.
I ain't gonna tell you. I got you though.
Okay.
Nah, this is another great podcast. Keep it simple. You got. I ain't introduced my. I ain't going out with you. Gotta. You gotta let the people know what's up. Who you are.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who are you? Where they can get that food.
Yeah. I'm Salama with Sala Vegan. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and yeah, keep it simple.
Show. Peace.
Peace.